Hey. Hey, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. We are back to talk Reasonable Doubt Season 2, episodes 1 through 3, y'all. How are y'all doing today? Come on in the room, everybody. And how are you beautiful ladies doing on this evening? We have Tyra with the wet and wavy over at Struggle Reviews, and we have Why Bly from the Fifth Wall Studios. How are y'all How are you doing tonight, Tyra? How are you doing tonight?
I'm awesome. I'm ready to get to these ratchet folks.
How are you doing? Oh Lord, why Bly? Why?
I hope you at least got some good pictures of Morris up here. So
I mean, we have a whole little thank you break, as the people come through, just featuring Morris. So I mean,
I did the same thing because I know I'm on for next week. I already created my Morris video.
Listen, because it's worth it, because he's worth it. Thank you for the 26 people who are already in the room. Okay, we appreciate you. Hey, Vixen, the makeup artist. I didn't think I could get that, did you? I'm watching this now. Hey, Amber Gardner, let's do this because this season has already been fun. Amber, listen, I'm enjoying season 2 far more than season 1, if I can be honest with you. Hey, Tony T, welcome. Hey, Anakin, not Vader. I know that's right. Anakin all day. Hey, pretty girl. welcome. Hey, Layla. Come on in the room. You made it last night too, Layla. We see you. Hey, Kamisha, welcome. Well, y'all, we're not gonna stretch this out. We're gonna get right into it. Reasonable Doubt, season 2. Lord, and we have some new additions, right, as far as characters. But I wanted to start here just with your overall thoughts. I want to know your overall thoughts for this show, period. And I'm gonna start with you, Kay. Have you been a fan since day one? Or what, and what do you think of it?
Jax is one of those protagonists that you just don't like.
Speak on it.
I don't know if it's just me, but I don't like Jax. It's a lot wrong with her in her personal life. Like, I understand you want to go hard and make a name for yourself with being an attorney. I don't like her, but I will say the soundtrack has been really good so far this season. Whoever's over the score,
they're doing their big one. Tyra, I know you had to go back. You quit on this season 1 very early on and had to go back and catch up. So you had some binge marathons. But what do you think? Overall thoughts of the show? You're muted.
Acting like Ashley? Oh no. I needed a little time. It took a little moment for the show to grow on me. Jax, I like that she's an unlikable protagonist. Like, can't stand her, but I like the fact that I can't stand her. I like the fact that she's a piss poor mom, a piss poor wife, and a piss poor friend. We love that. We love to see it. Like, girl, why you even have, like, if she don't divorce that man, set that man free, okay? This is the most contrived, messed up marriage that I have ever seen. If they don't do that, they're gonna find a way to argue and not like each other. It's amazing.
Every episode.
I just go into every episode, like, how are they going to do it now? How are they going to make fetch happen now so they can argue and say, I'm not going to live with you? Like, that's funny. But I am absolutely here for this second season. And, like all of us, we are here for Morris, okay? We're here for
Baby,
Morris.
listen.
that part.
If we're not here for anything else, we're here for him. And I too. Listen, I'm here for complex Black characters, especially female characters in roles, because she's not likable. Jax pissed me off in episode 2 already. I said, Jax, sit down somewhere. Sat down somewhere. But I like that because people are not completely likable, right? And that doesn't define the show or a character. And, the YTs have been doing this for a long time. So listen, I am absolutely here for Jax and her unlikability factor. But before we dive in, if you guys have not watched the show, I didn't want to have y'all out here just lost and turned out. You know what I mean? So I figured I would do just a quick little synopsis of season 1 and let y'all know what happened. So We meet Jax early on. We know that the relationship is weird. She's rubbing one out, I think, in the very first scene of the first episode in the shower, on the way to church with the family. We soon discover that all things are not perfect in paradise because her job comes first. You know what I mean? Her husband, Lewis, doesn't like that. And so, they decide they're going to separate and do their own thing. Meanwhile, he's got cameras in the house. She's screwing the milkman, the security guard, anybody she can get her hands on. And he's watching, pleasuring himself. I mean, very cuckold behavior, right? A lot going on. But as this is going on, we come in contact with Mr. Damon, light-skinned menace himself, Michael Ealy, uh, who she had lost his case. She was his lawyer many years ago. He had done all this time allegedly for a crime he did not commit. Now he's out. They reconnected. And since she's separated, baby, we can get it on. While all that's going on, she takes this new case with Braden, played by, what's his name? Sean Michael something Harris. Y'all know him from the
Sean
Patrick.
Yeah.
Patrick Harris, and he's obnoxious. He's just that typical standard. He feels like he made it. He got the YT wife. He's just a menace to society.
I love his acting though. He's so committed to his roles.
Yeah, he is. And so she's working for him. She thinks he's innocent at first, finds out he's guilty, but she's just that good of a lawyer that she gets him off anyway. Meanwhile, she decides to reconcile with her husband, and Damon, light-skinned menace, Michael Ealy, don't like that. All right. And he kidnaps her. He, locks her in the room. She's quoting the scriptures, Lord, praying to all kinds of Jesuses. And he says, I would never hurt you like you hurt me. And he unalives himself. And where season 2 picks up, we're just dealing with the aftermath. It's 2 months post the trauma. Tyra, since you just watched season 1, what did you think of it, and how does it compare to these first 3 episodes of season 2 so far?
I mean, it took a little while for season 1 to maybe like episode 3 to 4, because I dropped out at 2 for the show to really grow on me. If Michael Ealy don't do nothing, he gonna be crazy. Okay. They don't ever give him a chance to give us any more depth beyond. He gonna play crazy if you don't do anything else. Like, I did like the reasonable doubt narrative of the show and what it means to be a lawyer and representing somebody who just might be guilty, and to just really find out that Sean Patrick Harris was actually guilty. That was a shocker. That was fun. But that, as well as kind of getting into, why you ain't tell me her mama was trash? Ain't nobody tell me that when I told y'all I was going to watch this season. Why you ain't tell me the mama was trash? And she takes pride in how trash she is. Just the errand lady, like she just Paul, funky Paul. Like that was a thing. The husband. Now look at your Lewis. Like,
Lewis?
Is their marriage open or what? Can y'all just answer me that? Is the marriage open? Is it open?
It feels open to me because they both get turned on when the other's screwing somebody else. So I mean, might as well.
So it's not like per se open. They both just actively are not faithful.
I just need to know. I need to know what's
they're not agreeing with other people. They're not agreeing with each other, seeing other people, but like they be doing it behind each other back.
And watching.
What's going on with her? I need to know why we hitting up the milkman, the security guard, somebody fresh off C block. Like, ma'am, close them up, ma'am. I just need to know that. But yeah, her and her husband, they need to get it together. And I would love to see them divorced and see what happens then, because them together is just tragic. But yeah, I'm interested and invested to see what's coming. I love that they leave off the ending of that first season, gliding us into the second season with her best friend in the murder that's happening there. I wasn't expecting that. I was like, oh, I thought he was a little, little controlling, a little giving that Lance Ebony Humper energy. I make all the monies and I got all the attitude. But I was like, oh, I know he was going here. So let's see what's given in season 2. I'm here for it, and I'm sticking to it. I'm not gonna drop it this time.
She said, I'm gonna stick beside it. Kay, as far as you're concerned, how do these first couple episodes of season 2 compare to season 1?
I'm still trying to decide, I think. Because it's a lot happening. It's a lot happening, and I felt like I was missing a couple of things because one minute she was crying that she was happy to be home, and the next minute she was with the dude from the reboot of the game, and I was like, where did he come from? I'm like, I missed that somehow. um just backing up a second, speaking of raggedy mamas, hey, Miss Pauletta Washington, I just wanted to shout her out because I didn't know when I was watching the first season that I was her. I was just like, oh, this a whole
Is that
family
her?
full of them.
Are y'all sure?
That's Pauletta.
Oh,
Shout
I
out to
didn't
Miss
know.
Pauletta and her fine husband and son, just to throw that out there. But I'm glad that they're exploring Jax and her anxiety. But my thing is she's just so unlikable. Like she's just like, oh, I don't want anybody knows what's wrong with me. But you having a panic attack every 5 minutes. The children don't trust you. They're like, you don't even know us. We ready for you to go back to work because you irritating and all that. She is just she getting to a little bit too close to Morris. I see her the hug, the embrace was a little bit too long for me. I
Girl, she always trying to put that cat on somebody. Girl, back off.
exactly. I
Lord.
was like, what is this? I thought you were trying to get it back. You know what? She might just need to set her man free because I think he wants to work it out with her, but she find every excuse. She's acting like Vivian Banks on Bel Air right now.
Yeah,
And it's
I
very annoying.
definitely, yeah, I definitely saw that. But y'all, let's get into episode 1 because we open up and we meet Chanel. We met Chanel last season as her husband JT left her in a parking lot. Okay, that she's part of Jax's friend group. Clearly, she was in a volatile situation, but nobody apparently knew except her cousin. So, as the episode opens up, we see her holding a trophy and that man bleeding out on the floor, and her waiting until he was good and unalived before she called anybody. She calls Jax first, calls the police, is questioned, and is giving different narratives throughout the entire time. Jax is running, because she's an athlete. Okay, she be getting her workout on, gets a call, puts on her Olivia Pope coat, and heads right on over. I'm going to start with UK. As far as an opening, did this grab your attention? And I want to know from you, is this premeditated? Did Chanel plan this unaliving?
I actually am glad that they picked up because, as we know, this is how it ended in the season before. And I really hate sometimes when a season ends with like a cliffhanger and then a new season starts and they don't tell us what happened in between the time. Like, I'm glad that they like picked it back up because I wanted to know what happened. Um, I'm not sure if she meant to kill him, but we do know she was trying to get away and that she had her new man. So now if she was trying to be like Jennifer Lopez and enough and say the only way he gonna let me go and be with my younger man is to take him out, I don't know, but we do know that she wanted to leave him for that young thing. So
That young tenderoni. That
no.
young tenderoni. Tyra, what say you? Was this premeditated by Chanel?
Child, that's what it's giving. Because don't play with me in my property, in my house, and my husband and my man. Like, if it's not premeditated, it's giving, criminals for dummies. Because everything is pointing in the direction of her committing this crime. I mean, not saying that she wasn't experiencing abuse and she didn't have a reason to defend herself, but all the transference of money, child, when we get to the point of her actually being on the run, the actions are giving selfish, and that I'm just trying to get away at this point. Like, it's just not giving doing the sensible thing to be there for my kids, prove my innocence, get back to my children. Is giving, I committed this crime, I got this money, I'm trying to run away to Mexico with my new man. So I don't know, that's what it's giving.
And F them kids. Chanel is diabolical. Chanel is a piece of work. I think she's monstrous. Is she a victim? Yes. But is she also a supervillain in my mind? Absolutely. This was premeditated. Look at the look on her face as she's holding that trophy in her hands. That's a look of, I meant to do this and I hope you burn in hell. Like, I wanted this to happen. I don't know. Did it happen all of a sudden? Maybe she didn't want it to happen in this moment, but they got into it. I don't know. But I'll be interested to see how it all plays out. So, of course, Jax putting on her white cape. Okay, she is going to come to the rescue, and she starts doing all the things, reassuring her friend, I'm going to be there for you, sis. I am going to have your back. Meanwhile, she's in individual therapy and in couples therapy with her husband. Mind you, whenever she and Lewis get into couples therapy, I'm like, do y'all like each other for at all? Because it's like kids who got in trouble at the same time and are going to their parents, because it's always you did it, no she did it, no he did it. And so ultimately the therapist says, well, did you say that? Do you want to be a wife or be a lawyer? And she said, and he said, yeah. And she said, I said a lawyer. And he said, well, what did you want her to say, Lewis? Lewis said both. And we know that was a lie. My thing is, if they're not going to be truthful, even in the therapy, what's the point? I'm going to start with you, Tyra. Is therapy going to get them anywhere?
Ain't
In
nothing
your
gonna get these
opinion?
people anywhere. Nothing. Nothing. No amount of therapy is gonna help this situation. These people don't belong together. I'm questioning just their whole dynamic, because she be giving him bummy sometimes. Like, I'm working to afford us this lifestyle. Like, he ain't got no money, he ain't got no job. Like, well, hold on. I have a job. And sometimes he gives, stay-at-home husband energy. But it seems like he took on that role so she would be allotted time to find success and be the lawyer that she is today. Then eventually, once you have your stepping stones, we'll be able to come forefront with our marriage and reap all these things that I have to give up. But she hasn't. She's progressed further and further into her career. But it's one thing to be a lawyer and be committed to your job. It's another to take on every single little case that is thrown your way and dive into it. And I can't have dinner, I can't even have a freaking conversation without making my job a priority over our relationship and our kids. Because with them kids them kids don't be getting no attention either. So it seems like he tried to, make a bold statement and just like, okay, fine, I'm going to move out. And she's like, well, I didn't get married and I'm not trying to sleep alone and I don't want us to get divorced. But at the same time, you can't even make 5 minutes for your husband. Child, Louis be making meals. Louis be doing hair. Louis be the chauffeur. He be taking care of them kids, Savannah. He be doing what needs to be done. And
The parents of the friends and everything.
Everything. He is everything to those children, along with, having his job, though it may not be, I guess, as large as, her income, but still, it's like I'm contributing a whole lot. I just ask, it doesn't seem like he's asking for anything unreasonable. Make time for me, make time for your husband, make time. It doesn't seem like he said, quit being a lawyer and just be my wife and stay at home. I don't think that's what it was. It's just like, can you just slow down? She leaves no room to wiggle anywhere. She is a lawyer and nothing else to anybody, even her children, even her friends, even her husband. Diabolical lady. Get away from her, Louis. She means you no good.
Listen, I don't think she really liked Lewis. And to me, y'all, this might be an unpopular opinion, but Lewis, I don't know. He don't do it for me. Like, he doesn't tweak my melons. He doesn't get anything juicy. Like, he does nothing for me at all. So I wonder, does she like him? I don't know. Kay, but you being a therapist, okay, talk to me. Is therapy going to work for these two? Are they in a place even ready for therapy? Because you got to be ready for therapy, right?
You have to want to heal. And I don't even know if Jax is, I don't even know if she wants to heal, because she was talking about, oh yeah, I'm ready to go back to work. Go ahead, sign me into work. I don't need no more therapy. We good. I don't know if this work. She's not ready to heal. All she wants to do is be a successful lawyer. She don't want to be a healed person. She don't want to be a good mom. She not trying to be a good wife. She just trying to hop on whoever fine and go to work. And so no, you know what? Therapy is going to get them into the arms of other people, like it's been doing.
Well, and so now finally, after therapy and after her having a panic attack or whatever it was that she had during this, she comes to the conclusion that she cannot represent her friend anymore, leaving her kind of on a limb, right? Out on a limb out there, aren't you, Miss Washington? And so now she has to call for reinforcements. She says, I can't do it. And there's no one in my firm that I would trust to do it, but I know this man. I know this man and he loved women down. Okay. And we're going to get into the last 3 minutes of this first episode because it gave everything I needed. But she calls Corey. As a friend, Kay, I'll start with you. how you gonna do your friend like that? I understand the pressure of taking other cases, but if you know that you're the best in your field for this thing and your friend's life is on the line, you've already promised your friend to take the case. Are you gonna pull a Jax and say no? I can't defend you, or what? Was she wrong for that?
No, not if you think about conflict of interest. If she felt like she was too close to the case and she might not, especially because she knows her, she knows the husband, she knows the children, and her being too close, she might not be able to see it as well from somebody who's not emotionally invested to do the right thing. You're doing the emotionally thing that your friend wants you to do to be supportive, but is it going to be the thing that gets her out of going to prison? So when you think about because when you're you can't be people's doctor if you're their friend. Certain stuff like that. Certain stuff will cause a conflict of interest, and you have to use your best judgment and do the next best thing, and find someone who is trusted to stand in and take that place. And I think that, especially being that, because how you gonna help somebody else and you ain't all together? Okay, you ain't even want to take the medicine. Look, Lewis, being the good man that he is, some of these times it's like, I filled your prescription for you. Did you take your medicine today? And she's still blowing him out. No, Jax is all over the place. You cannot get yourself straight right now to even help somebody else. So she did the right thing in calling. Let's call the expert in. When you can't do it, call the next best person.
Okay, all right. Tyra, what about you? Was she wrong for telling her friend yes and then turning around and saying, no, girl?
I mean, partially. I mean, in the moment, it seemed like the right thing to say. But it's like, oh yeah, girl, like, no. Soon as you left that little session, that therapist said, set your boundaries. Don't be afraid to ask for help. We get immediately out of there and do the exact opposite. We go back into work. We clearly aren't ready. 2 months of, being kidnapped, entrapped, lied to, bamboozled with that case. Oh, Michael Ealy in her face. Well, we needed more time than that. And we go back to work. We take this on when we just, she'd be acting like she'd be begging for that man to move back into that little house. We wanted to move back in. We're begging for him to go to therapy. We're not making time for certain things. Like, I felt like she was too close to it. And I was actually proud of her in that moment. Like, oh, okay, this is what we want to see. There's growth. Then, she's putting herself, her mental first, and doing what's best for her as well as her friend. You are too close to this situation and you are unwell. But it does not make sense if you're going to be trying to drive from the passenger seat. Like, girl, sit down.
That's what I said. I said, okay, if you make that choice, stand on business. We know it wasn't about her husband, though, that she made the choice, or them kids. It was about her and her well-being in the moment. And I'm fine with putting yourself first if you stay out of it. But she couldn't do that, right? And so we'll get to that. But first, let's get to Corey, baby, in this last 3 minutes. Because the way I just was not I knew he was going to be on this season, but I did not expect the first thing I see of Morris Chestnut, aka Corey, is to be knocking the brakes off of it. You know what I mean? Hitting it from the back, hand on neck, right hand on frontal. I was not expecting any of this. Tyra, talk to me about these. Were you shocked? Were you amazed? Were you flabbergasted?
We don't get enough back shots from Morris, these days. We don't. We never really got him. Morris is a modest guy. He be committed to that woman of his as he should, his wife. We don't get these type of scenes from Morris. So I just expected the scene we got in episode 2, him walking in with his suit as his first introduction. So when we saw this, I was Morris. Pausing and went Morris. And, I ran it back because it was a little too much of her and not enough of him. Girl, I want to see your theater. Just get that out the way. Like, Morris was given what needs to be gave every single time, and he lets us know it's business. And I love the disposition of the conversation, because Jax is like, we have to get somebody who's on the right side, who wants to, be there for women, and he's trying to do this and domestic violence, and we cut. He's like, yeah, can you get out of here? I'm on the phone. I need you to leave. She's like, what? Like, you want me to leave? Like, yeah, I need you to go. But yeah, he's that in combination with the ninja right here, Mystica Danger in the background. It was giving me everything I need to give. Whoever is on music in this show is doing everything that they need to do, and they deserve a raise.
Period. Kay, were you shocked to see Morris in this position? Right hand on frontal.
So we knew that he was going to have an introduction to the show. I assume that because bringing the character on is always important. How the first scene is going to be. I assumed that she would meet him in the courtroom. I assumed that they would walk into each other's office. I didn't assume that the first scene that we would see him in was going to be clapping cheeks. So I said, "Oh, this is what we're doing. Is this a preview of what we can expect the whole season? Because if so, I guess I'll be here for the whole ride."
She said, "I'll be here for the entire time." Listen,
I guess I'll be watching.
And I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. But in honor of Morris and to the 50-some people that are in the chat right now, let's see. Let's take a look at Mr. Morris. Yeah, let's do that, guys. Oh my goodness. charms her as only he can do. He done already charmed the other partners at the firm because, again, he's legacy. He's not new to this. He's true to this. His daddy was a lawyer. His great granddaddy was a lawyer. His great 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 grand. Everybody is in the legal profession in his family. He's a golfer. He's all of the things. But he comes and he appeals to her better nature and he says, "Listen, Chanel, F all that. I can get you off. This is what I do." And not get her off in that way, but get her off the case. Y'all know what I'm trying to say, right? And so they they converse and he has this strategy and he says, "Listen, Chanel, it's going to be hard for right now, but I need you to stay in the Pinta. I need you to stay in here until trial because we need to try you in the court of public opinion. We need to get the people on your side because Jamarion is this prolific football player. Everybody loves him, and you're going to be the target." Jax don't like that plan. Tyra, did you like his strategy? And what did you think about Jax getting involved after he went on this press conference tour and did all the things?
Trash. I'm not even a lawyer, and I saw what he was trying to do. Like, it's not a good look. Everybody already think you some spoiled gold digging. Like she's getting her just desserts. Leave her in there. She deserved everything she got. And what is she? She killed this man, and then she gets out and gets to live off of his fortunes and live her best life. No, we don't need that image out there to the world. Stay in there. Like, I'm not saying I'm gonna leave you in here to rot and die. I'm saying what the people want and need to hear. So for her to go above his head and get her out, and baby, I don't care how close we are. I ain't putting up my damn house for a single soul. Girl, you about to lose your husband. You about to lose your husband, security for your family, your children, so you can put your house up for this. I wish I would. No, I will write you a letter. I will put some money on your books. I ain't putting up my house. That was insane to me, to put herself in that kind of position, especially when your husband said no, ma'am. And we saw how he was moving last season. I'm a faithful man. I work hard. I take care of my children and my wife. If I didn't see it and it didn't happen, I'm leaving this party early and I don't want no drink. I was like, there you go. Good man, Savannah. Lewis followed suit, but he didn't do that. He went over there with the back. Still, you don't do that. You do not do that. And it said a whole lot about her character that, she made the moves that she did later. Like, baby, if I put up my house as collateral for your bail and you skip bail and I'm about to lose my house, baby, where's the friendship? I think she is diabolical. I think she is diabolical, and there's a whole lot going on, and her friends are having sympathy for her and not seeing the bigger picture. Jax was out of line for doing what she did, and she surely regretted it later because your friend made you look stupid.
Absolutely. Kay, what did you think of Corey's strategy, keeping her locked up? And what did you think of Jax's interference? She always put her nose in something. She always doing something.
Again, if you call in somebody who you think is an excellent attorney and you know that you're too close to the case to understand, listen to him, okay? He's trying to do something because he sees it in a light that you do not. You should have followed the plan. Had she have followed the plan, she wouldn't have been skipping town, running all over the place with this little boy. Because see, she didn't even tell about the little boy. He didn't know about all of that. So y'all doing, and I feel sorry for the one friend that didn't put her house up for this.
The cousin, yeah.
You stupid girl, please.
Because her husband said don't do it, but she was like, no, I'm the one who told her to leave. I gotta do something. Sometimes you can't interfere in the lives of what God has for people.
You know what?
You're already doing what you need to do. Like, you already were, planning for her to have the stuff at your house. Her great escape, naturally. So you were helping there. The fact that, unbeknownst to you, she leaves the care of her child to you, like hands over parental custody. Baby, she didn't plan on coming back. She didn't. She was going. She was leaving. What kind of person is that? I'm not putting up my house for that. Are you crazy?
Babies. Yeah. And so, we see the cousin make the appeal to her husband. And he's like, no, I would never ask you. She said, if it was your family, I would do it. He said, I'd never ask you to do that because that's a good man. And he was trying to stand on business. Now, I will say it was wild. We did meet the new district attorney because Jax used to work there. And so she was friends with some of the people, the guy who tried the case last season. And she was like, oh, this is going to be cool. He's going to be trying the case. definitely self-defense, maybe manslaughter at the most. Well, no. The new DA comes in. She's got something to prove, honey. She don't want a donut. She don't want a snack. She said, I cannot accept gifts. I was like, a donut's a gift? But basically, it's going to be cap one, okay? Because JT is a high value man. And and he's in the spotlight, and it's a election year, and we all know how that works in these shows and in real life. The DAs go extra hard on crime when it's an election year, because they want to get reelected, is having that stance. Again, Jax got an attitude. She don't like the cap one. She don't like her friend being in there. They raise the money, and the cousin goes against her husband's wishes and decides to put the house up anyway. Diabolical. I mean, that's not a marriage to me. And I don't care how badly you felt for your cousin. I knew Chanel was leaving when she brought that extra spend a night bag for the baby. I said, yeah, she's out of there. And then when we find out in the next episode that she had signed over rights, and I don't know how as a mother you do this, but Jax is back at work. She's got her team back together. They're hesitant about Corey, baby, until they meet Corey, because everybody loves him. And so they're going to work, and they find out that $30 million of JT's money was moved by a shell corporation. So as soon as I heard that, I saw Chanel drop that bag. I said, oh, this heifer did it. She's devious. She premeditated it, everything. All of what they're saying, they need to go after her. But it wouldn't be alive if we didn't have game time. So this is my first question. This is a versus. Who would you want as a mother? Jack's raggedy mama, who decided in episode 1 or 2 to bring up that no good dead husband of hers that violated her child. Like, why are you doing that in every conversation? Or would you want Chanel, who left like a thief in the night and didn't even really give a proper goodbye? In my mind, I'm gonna start with you, Tyra. Who, what mama you want? You got to pick one.
I mean, I really don't want either one of theirs, but I mean, I'll take old Chanel, because Pauletta is tragic. Okay, she lost. She even ruined Jax. That's why she acts the way that she does. Like, the fact that the excuse was, well, I didn't know how far these grooming situations went, and even now to this day, we're still making it happen. Well, I lost Paul, and I just, what the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? Even that energy that she gave in that first season when he left, and oh, he's gone. What am I going to do now? Like, she has never been concerned for what that situation did to Jax, and that's why she has all those, that distance, the distrust. She's holding everything in. That's why she's the type of woman that she is. She is a terrible mother, and it's the fact that she smiles through it. Like, yeah, so how you doing? I always love Paul. Girl, I will stab you. Like, I just can't with her. Like, I was hoping before that first season ended that there will be a come to Jesus for the mother. It just wasn't a come to Jesus. Including, there's bad taste. You have Jack's father, ex-drug addict, ex-this, and then it's just bad taste all around. And she just ruined that poor little thing. That's why all she know how to do is win cases. Poor thing.
And it's true. I mean, you're bringing up this man who your daughter told you violated her. You don't believe Chanel didn't do it. You don't think she was being abused, and said you don't need therapy. You got your wine and your Bible. Okay, let me know who's your mama, and y'all drop it in the chat. Do you want Chanel or you want Jackson as your mama? Who would you choose, Kay?
I mean, at least Chanel put him in a safe place when she left. She said, I ain't gonna leave. I ain't gonna leave. I'm gonna leave you with some family that I know care about you while I run off with my new man. But at least y'all gonna be safe. I just ain't gonna be there.
I'm gonna have to rock with Chanel. We don't know what could happen to them kids where she left them, but we would hope that she thought she was leaving them in a safe place. Jack's mama, there's just no hope for her at all. She just is who she's gonna be. And I agree, Tyra. I feel like she ruined Jax, y'all. Now let's get to this most recent episode, child, because it we wake up in the morning and Chanel is gone. Now, I don't know if the young man, Adrian, who is playing Chanel's love interest, this is his niche now. Because if y'all go and watch that Tempted by Love movie on Lifetime, you'll notice that he is Fancy's love interest on that. I said, he must love a cougar. He must love that cougar cat because he stays up in it in these shows and in these movies. But she's gone, the cousin spazzing out because she knows she did this without her husband's knowledge and consent. And come to find out, not only if she's found out to be running, are they going to lose the money that they've put up, which means the house. They would then be responsible for the whole $2 million worth of the bail. So it's not just the losing the house part. They would still owe money even after that, which is crazy as hell. We also see Chanel on the run with her young lover, honey. They tooted and booted, doing it up on side of the thing, going to the bank together. So clearly he's the mastermind of all of this. I'm going to start with you, Kat. Were you surprised? I mean, when they would, okay, tell me this. Did you think that Jax was actually going to take responsibility for this misstep? Or did you think she was going to do exactly what she did? Like, we don't need to argue about this right now, Corey. We just need to focus on finding Chanel.
When the last time we seen Jax take true accountability for something? She just like her mama. They ain't taking accountability for nothing. And I'm wondering if the new man got some bread because he wanted the athletes, why he ain't put up the money? He could have did it anonymously. He could have sent somebody else up there to do it for her. Why you ain't get his money? Why you taking from people that ain't got it?
And my thing is, why is he the one raising the money anyway? He's selling off the shoes, off the everything. What did he do with that money? If I still got to put the house up, sir, and you got all this access, right? I don't. Tyra, what did you think? Did you think Jax was going to take ownership of her misstep? Or did you think she was going to do exactly what she did?
Yeah, she's annoying. She's annoying as hell. Like, we don't have time. No, we're going to make time because I told you to leave her in there. Like, we're going to make time. The fact she kept trying to put it off. Well, no, let's not do that. She could be trying to harm herself. Girl, I'm about to harm you in a second. You keep on playing with me. That little athlete ain't got no money. That little athlete saw an opportunity in Miss Chanel. She just, she ain't never had nothing or nobody or been nowhere. So she just can't see the forest for the trees. That little young man ain't got no money. Like, them in this whirlwind love. Like, oh, I miss you. Like, girl, please. The fact that was her priority and she's acting like she's trying to get out to go and I need to be with my children. I need to be a mom. I need to get like all of that. The fact that she wanted to get out, go. Why would you ever want to go? I wouldn't show my face at that funeral. Like, excuse me? I wouldn't have done none of that. I'm just really hoping that female DA is here to check Jax and hold her to task. Because Jax thinks she knows everything and she can fix anything. Even though she have her own little secret something going on and she's running from something, as Corey states. I'm hoping that she's about to check her. Like, she needs to be checked. Because sit down. Like, she's just very annoying and really trying to coast her way out of a mess that she started. If you would have left her in there, like I said, he even said, like, she doesn't want to, I talked to her already. She said she's fine with my plan. You came and messed it up, dodo bird. Like, I just can't.
And then when he checked her, Lewis tried to put his big boy pants on and say, don't ever yell at my wife in my house. Jax, if he come back here talking slick, I'm going to handle him. No.
What you gonna do?
He said, Lewis said, I'm a real nigga. He gonna see me. What are you
gonna do? All they do is argue, cheat on each other, and smoke weed. Y'all don't do nothing else. Get out of my face.
That's it. That's all they do. That's all they do.
And chestnut will fold you.
Like, listen, like a lawn chair. Like he would do me if he had the opportunity. Listen, ain't nobody playing. And so Jax, they done gone to the safety deposit box and find out that she didn't sign the kids over to the cousin. The cousin's just, I can't believe she would do this. Girl, I can. And so they're on the run, but not long because they're sloppy. They're going into convenience stores. The people taking their pictures. It was just dumb. Eventually, Jax and them get a hold on him. His team actually gets it. And being that they are the defense, they have to bring this information forward or it would be them misholding, right? And so they're like, give us a day before you issue the warrant. The DA's like, hell no. issue it now. We need her. They bargain, okay, we're going to go and get her, but just don't have the police come with the siren. Jax, what the siren's going to do? What difference does it make? She's on the run. She needs to be
trying to help him with kid gloves. Like, don't stay back. Just let me, girl. I'm hoping that this is not going to be a repeat offender of the first season where she can't see the forest for the trees and it's going to be too late. Like, not my friend. I thought I knew her. She would never do this. And she's just some diabolical manipulator this whole time. Like, because let's keep it all the way funky. Their little friendship, they're not really like friends like that. They're friends, but Jax isn't a good friend to her. She has her, problems with Jax. And anytime she calls Jax to try to have any type of little reciprocity or friendship, can I call you back? I gotta go. She don't have time to be talking on the phone to anybody, which is how all of this here slipped through the radar. If y'all were that close and we're this, she didn't even come to her. She went to, the cousin. You didn't know anything about this. Like, they're not all that close. But if I'm sneaking and I'm trying to do some manipulation, I want to pull in the person closest to me to try to get me out of this, and I can escape with this money. I just feel like she's lying.
I do too. And the fact that I don't feel like Chanel had any thought to send them money to cover the bail that they were going to lose out on is what sends me, Kay. You don't think she did either, do you?
That's the whole thing that I'm thinking. Like, these people, if you know really close to you, that what they have and what they don't when it's that amount. So to know that they did all of this for you, and the whole thing was her cousin did it because she thought she wanted to be with her girls. She said, I know how much she loves those kids. Jax was the same way. She want to be with her girls. She want to be with her girl. Child, she left them girls.
Them kids. She wasn't worried about them kids. She wasn't worried about them kids. She was worried about that D. She was worried about that young D. That's what she was worried about. So
I feel bamboozled for them.
She's back in the Pinta. He gets out though, because apparently aiding and abetting a fugitive isn't a crime anymore. Because how are you out, sir? And he's approached by the YT man, who basically is like, you got this bread, you got this money you owe me. And now it's all starting to make sense. This is a plot, plan, a scheme of the enemy. He and Chanel were doing this. I think she is just a pawn in this whole thing. I think this was his idea, start to finish. Not saying that she's not smart on her own, but I think that this was premeditated. I also feel like, and you guys tell me what you think, that Corey is going to find something on this DA. The DA throughout episode 3 is getting weird hang up calls. She calls the jailhouse to make sure somebody's still in the Pinta. And when he approaches her, she seemed to kind of falter a little bit. There was a little chink in the armor there. Kay, what do you think the DA has going on? And do you think Corey is on the up and up as a lawyer, or do you think he'll use whatever?
I can't even take her seriously, because I don't know if y'all watched Teen Wolf, but that's Scott Mama. Okay, you can't be Scott Mama and now you trying to prosecute people. Girl, I don't even believe you. You one of those people that you look more serious than necessary, and I don't believe you for 1 second. So I hope that the dirt is dig up. Jax, sit back and let this man work. Okay, let him work his magic. But here she go. No, I got to be on the team. Put me on the team. I want to be in the seat, in the chair. Nobody asked for. No, that's not how it works. He didn't ask you to do that.
Not at all. Tyra, do you think that Corey is on the up and up? Do you think he's a sparkling clean attorney, or do you think there's going to be some stuff that comes out about him?
Ain't no sparkling clean here. Any good attorney is not sparkling clean. Like, he's not. Whatever he has at his disposal, he's going to use. And to know that he has this separate agenda to get whoever this young lady is out because he feels like he owes her, that's a whole nother situation. Like, everybody has their own separate agenda, and whatever he has to use to get under that lady's skin and make her falter doing this little investigation or trial or whatever, he is going to use it.
I agree. Whatever it takes. And so apparently in the last scene we see, if you look at the picture at the very top right of the slide, we see that he is meeting with this woman who clearly is locked up for the rest of her life for DV. And he feels responsible. He feels culpable in this. And that the real reason he's taking Chanel's case is to get her off. I want to know if you guys have any theories about that. Like, what do you think this means? Was this something in his family? Did someone in his family abuse her? And he didn't step in? Did she try to tell him she was being abused and he didn't step in? What do you guys think it is? I'll start with you, Tyra.
I don't know, because I was like, oh, Morris, that's because it wasn't a sister in there. I was like, all right, I don't know. Like, it was really giving Jack's situation with old Michael Ealy last season, and I just owe this person, and I'll only think of you with all of my trials and cases moving forward. Like you're indebted to this person. So it's like he has a closer connection to her beyond just, being the lawyer. I'm not sure, but maybe, it was a domestic situation and he didn't listen because the DA says, you were not on the right side of the law all the time. You were just committing the ladies that you claim that you're trying to represent and save now. So maybe that was the situation that she was talking about, and he's trying to rewrite some wrongs. But yeah, it's long as he don't lay down with Jax, he can do no wrong in my book.
Baby, he's going to lay down with. We are going to get that smack scene by the end of the season. Kay, what do you think? What is your theory? What do you think their connection is? Was he her attorney, you think?
I feel like it might have been somebody he knows, like a friend or a family member that trusted him. Because I mean, if it's an old client, you don't care if your client get convicted or not. At the end of the day, if they go to jail, they go to jail. The check was cut, so he's got to be close to this person some kind of way.
Oh, wow. Jessica A says, I think Corey had an affair with the lady and the lady's husband tried to attack her. So she unalive. Girl, listen, are you in the writer's room, Jessica A?
Some Jax behavior right there. Like I said, that's some Jax behavior. That's all on the phone with Email 17. Girl, get a life.
Game time again. Y'all, I want to know, who do you want as your lawyer? Who do you want as your attorney? Do you want Jax? Or do you want Corey? Kay, who you want? Who's defending you if you needed one? Drop it in the chat too.
I'm going to say Jax because if he's my lawyer, I technically can't sleep with him. So that would be a conflict of interest. So therefore, Jack's gonna have to be my lawyer because I have other plans for him.
Drop it in the chat, y'all. Tyra, who?
I'm definitely going with Jax because I don't think we've seen enough of Corey in action as a lawyer. Jax is a lot of things, child, a lot of miserable things, but she's a damn good lawyer. So if I want anybody to be on my side and for me to be on a straight and narrow, because I don't need to be trying to look at my lawyer's undergarments, I'm gonna go with Jax.
Listen. So y'all, like we have 60-some people in here. Thank y'all for being here. Immediately after this, well, I think there might be a little bit of a gap in time, but we are doing another Fine Men Live tonight. So just be on the lookout for that, you guys, because we're almost about to wrap this one up. I just wanted to say that while everybody is in the room, and it will be streaming from all of our platforms. So just hop on, honey. It's going to be a fun time. Finally, I think the Smex deserved a slide of its own. Child, Lewis and Jack have been struggling to get Bucky naked. Just couldn't make it happen. They had an assignment from their lawyer, or not lawyer, but from their therapist to go and get Bucky naked, have a night of intimacy, honey. They got drunk and fell out. Okay. They didn't actually smash, I want to say, until after he told her that he's been smashing a light skin. That's what turned her on. Do you do her like this, Lewis? Does she do you like that? Y'all, it's sick. The way he got turned on when she was smashing old boy last season, and the way she was aroused when she finds out he's smashing this other woman. Tyra, what's wrong with him? What's wrong with them?
No, like the fact that they can't even get into each other without it being like, oh, you got into that person. Well, she can't be better than me. Like, girl, like it's something really sick and twisted about their situation, but it's also like really interested and erotic. They have such a strange marriage. Like there's like no labels being put on anything, but it gives open, it gives swingers, but they are presenting as, you know, your typical husband and housewife. And I would never, like, I'm a fake, like, you're not that. Maybe once they figure out their dynamic and maybe open the bounds, maybe that'll be a little better. But like, I don't know, they do that, but then they act like they want to be committed people in this one marriage. Like it just doesn't give that. If it takes that for you to get, like, child, we couldn't even look into each other's eyes for 5 minutes straight without it, you know, without it being an argument. In the audacity of Jax, it's like, girl, you the only one getting your boots clacked. You be the only one getting some, huh? You can't get none. No, you open the doors for that. I can get some too. Like, oh, it's been a while, you know. My bad. You know, I ain't gave you some in a little bit. You know, no. It ain't been as long as you think, ma'am. Pipe down.
That's what he said.
Which little new cut. I love, first of all, let me say, I love that they are allowing her to wear her short cut, because that wig that had no part, it was a nice wig, but it had no part and it didn't compliment her in the way that I needed it to. I'm glad that she's wearing her, you know, regular natural shortcut hair. Just throw that in the garbage. I need some more Morris, okay? We need some more Morris. I don't want to see Morris with Jax. If every man that they inject into the show is sleeping with Jax, I have no use for that. I have no use for that, and I don't want to see that, because that means that there is like really not too much potential for, if the shows go into a third season, what are we going to do with him? You know, we can only get rid of him, and I don't want that for Morris. I thought he was going to be brought on as an asset to the team and be a lawyer, not Jack's concubine or whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't want to see that. Lewis doesn't do anything for me, never has. I told y'all last Fine Man Live, he looked like he got drugs in his pocket. And that goes for the show, okay? Lewis don't do it for me. I need somebody else who does it for me, so I need Morris there. He does what needs to be done. And it said a whole lot about Chanel. We just didn't have time for nothing, and I'm just my life and my kids and our kid. We had time to get some booty, though. We had time to do that and was happy to do so. So, girl, get your life and go to prison where you belong. But yeah, I was happy for all the sex in the show. I keep seeing this post where it's like the new generation, they want less sex in shows and movies and TV. Who said that? You go over there with your little young self, with, you know, not wanting to see sex scenes in film anymore. I can appreciate a good sex scene. Sometimes it heightens the moment, and you know, it does what needs to be done. Don't do that. Go watch Sesame Street. Okay, that's it.
Girl. Yeah, to me, she and Lewis have the chemistry. To me, doesn't come across, and I don't know if it's because of that strange Gumby haircut he's got, weird angles that they shoot him at. It's not flattering at all, and he really throws me off. I'm gonna ask you, Kay, what was your favorite Smeck scene? I think I already know, but just tell me for good measure.
Lewis, see, he was fine and hit the floor because he didn't even have any hair. He had a ball cut. He was like built like a basketball player. You see all his arms. He was muscular. Like right now, he was like giving like professional athlete and hit the floor. Now he's just giving rackety, and it's just not the same. And Jax, you didn't even want him until you found out that somebody else did. Mm-hmm. Okay. Until you found out that he might be, that somebody else might like him, you didn't even care. So that's what I was like, girl, you don't really even care. You just wanted to say
their marriage is so full on lies. It's like, is it anybody I know? No, it ain't nobody you know. You know, some random. No, so what's gonna happen when, you know, of course, naturally we run into this woman again. They just lying. Sorry, marriage.
Exactly. So I couldn't even take it serious. Foolishness. It took me out of the moment because I'm like, that's all you cared about was that that somebody else wanted it. Somebody else wanted it. But at the end of the day, you still don't, because if he would have never said that, you still wouldn't have wanted it. Chanel, you could have spent that time with your children because you're going to prison. Okay. Every second you spend with Mr. Man, your daughters could have been saying goodbye. You could have went to the movies with them, took them skating, but yet you with this guy. Ma'am, you going to prison. I hope you hold on to that memory. Now, Morris, next time be shirtless.
So I'm taking it Morris's scene was the best for you. Is that the same for you, Tyra?
quick. It was too quick. It was
Yeah.
too much of her. I've seen enough. I see my own titties in the morning. I don't want to see that. You know what I mean? I want to see Morris. I want to see Morris with someone else. I want to see him as a prominent character on the show, just like Lewis. And just like, I don't want him some one-off lawyer who comes to save the day and sleep with Jax or interfere with their marriage or their dynamic or just have some strange, looks and in the workplace. I really do not want him to sleep with her. I'm saying that now. If they do that, I'm going to be really disgusted because no.
Listen, it's gonna happen. I don't know if they're gonna do a flashback smack scene or present day, but we are getting one of Jax and Corey. I know it.
But can his
This is
shirt be off?
Yeah, I think
When this
so. He has a
happened?
very strong back. If you watch DR from Detroit, you got to see that action. You got to see it. You got to see that.
That's all I was gonna say.
Girl,
Game time,
the
the final. The final game time. Who do you want as a wife? I want to know. If you were a man and wanted this wife, okay, are you picking Chanel's cousin or are you picking Jax? I'm gonna start with you, Kate. You gotta pick one.
If you think like a nigga, if you're married to Jax, you can pretty much do what you want to do because she ain't gonna be there to find out. Okay. Like if you wanted to really be sneaky and do some stuff low key, she really is not paying attention enough to find out at this point. She's not that into you, so you could literally have a whole side family on the across town, and she wouldn't know two shits about it. So yeah.
So you're gonna pick Jax because she's okay, and you're gonna be a cheating husband. Okay. She said I'll be a cheating husband. Tyra, who's wifey material?
Baby, I'm trying to go with the cousin, okay? I'm not trying to be a cheater. I want my woman to at least, pretend to care about me, pretend to love me, listen to me, be home with me, with the kids, work a regular job, normal hours, invest in me as a husband, a man, the kids. Jax don't want none of that. I don't know at what point. I'll be glad when we get the flashback to how their marriage even started and when that agreement took place, because she doesn't seem to want to be a mother or be a wife. She's very career driven. I want to be over there. Now, she messed up. I almost divorced you because who the hell told you to put this house up? Other than that, she seems like she's been a good woman to the man.
Okay, so we're gonna stick beside her. But you guys, that is it. We'll get into it. I don't even want to make no predictions for episode 4. We'll just be back next week. Okay, we'll just be back next week. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget, immediately after this, we have another live. Did either of you ladies want to let the people know what you got going on in case they're not coming over to the Fine Men live?
Oh, y'all gonna come over. What you doing? It's Friday. You ain't got no job. You ain't got nothing to do. Come on over there. And literally 30 minutes. You can go and click on that notification now and join us for the Fine Man Live. It is absolutely a wonderful time. Of course, tomorrow is Killer Con. Sunday is Deliverance. And Tuesday is for vampires. The last time it will be for vampires, Louis and Lestat interviewed the vampire, and we will be doing cosplay.
Dang, you just gonna not skip over my name like that? Okay.
We're don't mention that, man. Okay, please. It's Friday, not right now. Don't piss me off, Kay. We will be getting into that cosplay and really, really having a good time. Don't miss that. But most of all, please join us. Literally 30 minutes from now, we will be right back getting into some fine men or, fine men of your choice. Y'all don't always pick a fine man. Sometimes y'all try to play on our top, but we love it. And it's really, really entertaining. But yeah, be on the lookout for us recapping Reasonable Doubt episode 4. Hopefully things get interesting. And hopefully Morris does not sleep with Jax. I don't want to see more sleeping with Jax.
It's going to happen, Tyra. But thank you guys so much for being here. And if you rewatch it, make sure that you put hashtag rewatch in the comment section. Show some love to each of these ladies on the panel. Make sure that you're subscribed. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing, baby, because we be live every day of the week for the most part. Thank you guys so much for being here. And I'm going to leave y'all with Morris. See you soon in 30 minutes.
We'll be right back.